The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex.
Let's go to Scott in Colorado Springs. Hey, Scott, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, man.
I want to thank you for bringing this Nadex platform to our attention.
Oh, cool.
It's one of the most powerful things that I've seen.
Yeah, it is certainly a platform that not only is neat, but what's so sweet about it, folks, if you haven't tried it out yet, is that when you put your trade on, that is your stop. So what happens is this. Everyone's excuses all the time is that I moved my stop, I didn't put my stop. Well, that is your stop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's perfect. You can set your trades and go do something else.
Now, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. I'm your guest, or not guest host, but co-host, Steve Rhodes. Tom is actually out buying houses again. You know, he kicked off the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund. If you have not had a chance to check that out, folks, go to the homepage of TFNN.com. You'll see a white paper up there that is the bull market in Florida housing. You want to understand, you know, the bull market in anything out there. Maybe it's in your area as well. There's great information. There will be a link on there where you can get additional information. Perhaps you're a qualified investor. You know, what would really be great is if you happen to have self-directed retirement funds out there, because you could really put those to work from a little bit longer term perspective out there. There's also a link on the homepage of TFNN.com that you can click on for the Tiger Real Estate Fund. Also, you can contact Kathleen at TFNN.com. So Tom is out there buying homes again. That is a beautiful thing. But joining me, as always, on Friday, Daryl Martin. Daryl, how you doing this morning?
Man, I am doing fantastic. How you doing?
Good. I like it when somebody's doing fantastic on a fantastic Friday. And so we're going to, folks, we're going to take a look around for some trades utilizing the Nadex platform. Daryl does a show here at TFNN 5 days a week from 1 to 2. And you want to be able to catch that. That is archived probably on channel, what? I'm not sure what channel.
Channel 7.
Channel 7. There you go.
Lucky number 7.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Channel 7. And, folks, go over to the homepage at TFNN.com. There's so many things out on the homepage. You just want to kind of camp out there and download the Nadex platform. You'll see a banner there. Click on that. Download the Nadex platform. You can follow along with us as we identify some trade opportunities out here. So I'll review the market here in a moment. There's a couple of trade setups that I'm taking a look at, Daryl. Maybe you can go try to hunt down something that might work. There are two currency trades. One is the euro. One is the Great British Pound. There's actually three trades, and the other is bonds. So on the euro, if it breaks through, and I'll come back and I'll show folks on the charts here, but what I'm looking for is if it breaks above 1.29904, I think the euro has a chance to rise up to about the 1.30475 level. So until I don't want to enter that trade until it breaks through an area of resistance. But if it does break through there, I would jump on board that momentum trade. The same thing really inside the pound. So the pound momentum trade here this morning right now would be above 1.6096. If it does that, I think it has a chance to run to 161.19 or 161.36. And then bonds, the 30-year bond, I'd be looking at possibly selling the 30-year bond here right now. I got to dig down to some other charts out there, but maybe you could look for some of those trades, and I'll just go through the general markets here for folks, and then we'll be grooving and moving. All right, my friend.
Sounds great. Also, I have a trade set up on the Dow too.
You do?
I'm looking at. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we got four possible trades that we're looking at here. So speaking of the Dow, we've got the Dow is up 59 points right now. The Dow is the leader in the clubhouse, up almost 0.5%. You've got the S&P, you know, pretty much flat, up 3 points right now. It's 0.25%. The composite up 8. That's up 0.25% as well. The Russell just simply not waking up, doesn't want to get out of bed. It is up 42 ticks right now. Microsoft green up 14 cents, Intel up 3 pennies, Google up $1.50. Apple up $4. That's 0.5%. Apple just announced that on October 23rd they are going to be releasing their smaller tablet, or at least unveil. I believe the word was unveil, not release it. Kind of interesting there, Daryl, that they chose October 23rd, because I believe, is it October 26th that is the release of Microsoft version 8 out there?
It is coming out. I'm having to do all sorts of stuff right now to get ready for that. But yeah, it's sort of, you can get it free right now with the developers, but the official where it's going to be on every thing is, and they're only charging $40 for it. And I've played with it a little bit. It's pretty cool. It's sort of it's trying to merge the PC with the tablet.
Yeah, okay.
That's really the whole idea behind it. And so sort of making it where your experience feels the same across the board.
Yeah.
And
now, is that release date, is the actual release date the 26th, or?
I want to say it. You know what? I'll pull it up. I'll find out for you.
Yeah, because I'm just kind of curious how Apple decided on the 23rd. My guess is going to be maybe it was to preempt.
They wouldn't do that.
No, they wouldn't. No, I think it was a coincidence that was going on out there.
It's always coincidence.
If we take a quick look around the markets here as well, just update you on the markets. You got the DAX trying to get green. It is down 9 points right now. The FTSE down 14. Last night over in Asia, the Nikkei close off at 12 points. The Shanghai up 2. The Hang Seng up 137 points out there. King dollar back 18 ticks. Gold trading down $5. Silver was backing off this morning. Now it's only down 30 cents out there. So, Daryl, let's go take a look at the...
By the way, it is October 26th. It is. Right. That is just a coincidence. That's amazing.
I don't know how that works. I think that put... Nice. Let me just go take a look at the chart out here of Apple. I think that put just a little bit of juice inside it this morning. If I go down to just the quick 5-minute chart out here, I think just that announcement got people a little bit excited. What a smaller tablet. I don't know. Anyways, let's go take a look at the trade that you were looking at. So you've got a trade in the Dow. Tell everybody what you... In fact, we're going to switch over to Daryl's screens here as he sets up the trade. So why don't you take it from here, my friend?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And also just some
thoughts. And I mean, my friend, in a much different way than Joe Biden meant it last night.
Oh, my gosh. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
I was tweeting away, man. I was letting them know what I thought.
Okay. Right. So take her away.
And there's a couple, just thoughts, just side notes on this, the whole Windows 8 release.
Okay.
It's definitely, just the users keep an eye out for the things that's going to impact that have been having a hard time, like Dell. It's been, having a little bit of a difficult time lately.
And so how is the release of...
Well, Windows 8, computers are cheap now. I mean, you can go buy a new computer for $400, you know.
Yes.
And a lot of people just haven't upgraded in a long time.
Yes.
Well, Windows 8's meant to make things really super easy, everything else, and it's going to be very cheap. It's going to be on everything. It's supposed to tie in their Windows phone with, the Xbox, with the computer. It's supposed to put everything really together, simple. So a company like Dell is, probably going to get a big boost out of this holiday season with Windows 8.
Okay.
So, just something to look at, on their computers. Those sales numbers start coming out because they're already doing an insane amount of pre-orders. That are already coming in to Dell for the Windows 8 machines. So just some things. I think I'll always think when you hear about the news coming out, what is the carryover? What other companies does that
absolutely
affect?
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the NADEX markets. That's what I'm all about most of the time. Anyway, so we got I was looking right here at the Dow. A little bit bullish on the Dow this morning. So we got some good earnings reports and everything that came out. So I'm hopping in. I am checking out the Wall Street 30.
Okay.
And it's the 4:15 expiration. It's going to be the dailies. So if you're over on the NADEX platform, let's hop over here, go to the daily 400s. And then what you'll be able to see is there's a 13.3 to 13.7.
Okay.
So you can go in with a really low risk. I mean, talking $38 risk.
Okay.
And per contract. And I mean, you can make money all the way up to 13.7. Of course, I don't expect it to go to 13.7, but you can make it all the way up there. And it's really not, that incredibly far off. I mean, you're only talking, 10 ticks or so.
Yep.
Off of where the market's at. So there's really not a lot of, you could say, premium in there. And so that's one trade I'm looking at is for going long the Dow.
Okay, great. So you can go ahead and put that on. And so the box on that, so you tell people again the floor and the ceiling on this?
So the floor is 13.3, meaning I can't lose anything below 13,300.
Yep.
And we're at 13,324. So,
yes.
I mean, that'd be a pretty tight... You'd have your stop there at least, that'd be a tight stop if you're trading the Dow right now.
No, surely. Yeah, you're just talking 25 points, absolutely.
Yeah, you could easily just get kicked out of that thing. So this, you can't get kicked out no matter how low it goes. And then it has a ceiling of 13,700.
Okay.
So you're really not worried about getting capped out on your profit potential here.
Yeah.
So I don't see it going, really too much further than that already.
Okay.
So then you just go in there and you can place your trades. Let's say I want to do 4 contracts, $150 risk, not a big deal on the Dow. have a $1,400 profit potential.
Okay.
So you're talking about a 10-to-1, basically risk-reward ratio, or reward-risk ratio.
Yes, and we think that, so now the likelihood of the Dow making a push up to 13.7, probably not too likely.
Exactly. So, you'd have to go in.
But I would say that for it to push up into, first, just simply to push up into 13,000, into the highs, 13,361 is, how much, and really 13,000 probably 457. I would say that would be about as high as you would see. That would be nothing more than a 0.618 retracement off of the highs from last Friday. When we put on this, so that would be a normal move, that it could make. So what kind of profit potential would they be taking a look at then? What would be the risk reward there?
Well, then looking even at on my my deviation levels that I use.
Yes.
My diagnostic deviation levels. I show the Dow going to 13,440 to 13,514. So basically, right smack dab in the middle of what you were just talking about.
Okay.
Right there.
Good.
So and at about 13,440 is where I'd be looking to start to take some profits anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So if we went in at 13,440, okay, or if we're going to get out, let's just say it that. So that way we're sort of, that's sort of a conservative side of the trade, and I think it should at least get up to there.
Yeah.
So you just do, it's real simple. You just do 13,440 minus 13,338, and then you get 102. So there's a $102 profit on a 28, or $38 risk. So you're still talking about double to triple your risk as your at least your initial profit target. And so I would go in and I would actually set that in as a take profit order on half my position at 13,440. And then when that got hit, then I'd be looking at the market and saying, hey, are we breaking those levels with volume? Things like that. So I'd start paying a little bit more attention on the other two contracts.
Yes.
So, and I've removed my, basically I've taken off my risk at that point. I'm more than, so all my risk is out of the way. My initial risk is out of the way. I booked some profit. And now I can just sort of watch it and babysit a little bit because, who knows? Sometimes on a Friday you'll see some weird, sporadic, just rally going on. And so I have a couple that I can still let my profits run.
That's why they call Fantastic Friday.
Exactly. And so now I get to actually take advantage of that, but I have defined risk. So my risk is defined, and then I can have my risk removed, and then I can have some profit in my pocket, and then I actually get to let my profits run a little bit too.
Okay.
So that's sort of the trading plan on the Dow that I put together.
Oh, that's great. So maybe during the break you can take a look at the euro, and again those price parameters I'm looking at, because we've got the euro here consolidating in an area that has been resistance, and it did create a bearish engulfing candle, and it did trade a little bit lower. And so if that area of resistance gets taken out, then it will want to go ahead and trade up to the next level. So that area that it needs to take out is 1.29904. If we can take that level out, it'll get up to 130,475. That's what will put the juice behind your Dow trade, Daryl. Right now we've got the Dow up 59, S&P's up 3. Give us a call, folks. Daryl and I would love to hear from you. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
80% of traders fail because they don't know when to get in or out of a market, and all because no one taught them how to read the signs. You see, the stock market has a universal language called Japanese candlesticks, and each day, the buyers and sellers, the bulls and bears, go to work and build signs. This language has been around for thousands of years, and it's easy to learn. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters Show, and I'm a master sign builder. Download my free report, Candlesticks, The Speed of Trust, on the homepage of TFNN.com for one of the best-kept candlestick secrets. I'll also be conducting an online course Friday, October 19th, to teach you the language of the market's sign builders. You'll learn the best entry and exit techniques and strategies that will create extraordinary rewards. The course will be archived so you can review it as many times as you like, because trading or investing without learning this language is like running a red light. It's an accident waiting to happen, and there's no airbags or seatbelts. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour with Daryl Martin and myself, Steve Rhodes. Right now, we've got the Dow up 53 points, S&P's up 3, Composite up 7, Russell 2000 flat still here. New York Stock Exchange up just slightly, up 10 points out there. We're taking a look at some Nadex trades here. One we're looking at is the trade on the euro. So let me explain to you what it is that I'm doing here, folks. We are not in that trade. This is a trade where I'd be waiting. This would be trying to play a momentum play out here. So what I've got is I've got the euro-US dollar currency pair. I've got it on a little 15-minute chart out here. Now, if we take a look at the currency pair, number one, we're going to go take a look at the swing point out here. Again, this is a 30-minute chart. Go all the way back to October 5th. It was actually last Friday that Daryl and I put on a short trade on the euro as it was really overextended. And that turned out to be a really nice trade. You can see the euro, sold off from that time period, made a low, and that's what I'm really taking a look at here right now. Made a low coming in at about the 10 o'clock time frame on October the 10th. That's where it started its A point. So if we take a look at possible A, B, C, D patterns that are out there, you'd start off with the low. That was at about 1.28290. Your B point out here is going to be up at the 11 o'clock time frame on yesterday, the 11 o'clock in the morning, 1.29496. Now, really just simply consolidated gains. It didn't really pull back much. I mean, not even a 0.382 retracement out there. If we go from the low to, well, that didn't work very well. Let me try using that tool one more time here. Apparently that tool had a little too much to drink last night. All right, there we go. So not even a 0.382 retracement. So that says if the euro does decide to move further north, it, number one, should be able to get up to the 0.786 retracement. Now, if you take a look at from the high from Friday, when Daryl and I were on, to the low that was put in just a couple trading sessions ago, what you can see that it's doing, it's trading right inside this 618 level. So it is up here, it is letting people on and off the elevator, and what it's also doing, it's coming right against the last area where the euro had some trading. So it's coming up against a natural area of resistance. And if you take a look at those highs, that high is about 1.29893. That's a little bit lower than where I'm looking to get in on the trade. Now, when I take a look at where I want to get in on this trade, if it works, I want this to prove itself to me, is that what we've got here is the euro on the 15-minute chart gave you a nice bearish engulfing candle at 9:15, confirmed it on the next trading session, and so we now have really a good level of resistance, which happens to be the high of that 9 o'clock session. That high, 1.29904. That's why I said, if we can get a close on the euro above 1.29904, I'd be willing to take the reward to risk trade using the Nadex platform. Now, were you able to find, and it hasn't proven itself just yet, so therefore there is no reason to rush into that trade. And sometimes it's a matter of, well, all the time, it's a matter of going fishing, going out there, finding trades that give you a high probability. Sometimes that can be just simply breaking a support level or breaking a resistance level and then going ahead and taking a look at the momentum. Now, what you want to make sure that you're doing there if you're playing that type of trade, folks, is you need to understand what's on the left-hand side of the chart. Where's the other next natural area? In this case here, where would be the next natural area for resistance? So if you're taking a look at this chart here, where do you see it? Really, the only area of resistance that you've got is going to be the 786 level. That just lets some people off of the escalator. And then because you really don't have any major set of swing points out there. So that's why I take a look at this as potentially being a nice momentum trade, but it has to prove itself. So, out of
I'm
curiosity,
really big about what's on the right side of the chart. That's what I'm all about.
Huh? Well, yeah.
All the way on the right side.
Yeah, I like the right side. I like the right side, but, I need to know what's on the left side to tell you what the right side is going to do.
I know, but if I knew it was on the right side either way, then I'd be just fine. So if you can just tell that future there. Yeah. So one of the things in the Thinkorswim platform, if you try to do the think analysis and you try to go forward in time to get the prices, it gives you an error every time. I don't know what's up.
Okay.
But anyway, so what we got right here is we got a pretty nice trade set up. It's going to go all the way until 3 o'clock Eastern time. Okay.
So you're showing folks, they're taking a look at Daryl's screen here, so you can see how we would actually go ahead and set that trade up if it were to execute for us.
Exactly. I think we're releasing this actually this coming week, so we're done with everything. Just doing the final check.
Okay.
And so I got the scanner up here on the screen, and it's pulled up the euro dollar. So I don't want to risk more than $100. Want at least a 2-to-1 risk reward risk ratio. This is a $16 reward to risk ratio. It only has a $14 risk, and we're looking at the 3 o'clock 1.2979.
Well, let's go through. We'll go through it in detail when we get back.
Yeah, let's do it right after the break.
That's right. 877-927-6648. Feel free to give us a call, folks. We'll be right back.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. TFNN and Great Panther Silver have teamed up for another exciting silver giveaway. The Great Panther Silver Halloween giveaway will be taking place at the end of October, and for 3 full days, we'll be giving away silver coins and bars every hour from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. to one lucky winner randomly chosen. There's no purchase necessary. For more information and to fill out your registration form today, simply visit the front page of TFNN.com where you'll find all the details. October 29th, 30th, and 31st, we'll choose one lucky winner that will receive a silver coin or bar courtesy of Great Panther Silver. Winners will be announced live on the air each hour for 3 full days. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to win free silver from TFNN and Great Panther Silver. Register today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com, and for more information on Great Panther Silver, you can click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex, symbol GPL, or on the Toronto Stock Exchange, symbol GPR. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got the Dow up 40 points right now. S&P's flat up 80 cents. Composite up 5. Things popping to the upside. You've got Apple up $5. Chipotle up 4. JB Hunt Transportation up $4. Biogen up 2. Wynn Resorts up $1.73. To the downside, you got Priceline leading things down right now, off $8. It's about 1% down. Infosys, INFY, down 10%. That's off $4.50. Liquidity Services, LQDT. I actually have that up on my screen here on Tiger TV. That used to be the number one stock inside the IBD, but you can fall out of the IBD 50 real quickly. It most certainly fell out. I don't know that it was number one on this day when it fell out, but it certainly fell out of bed, folks, and that was the day, high volume day. Here's where you saw some real institutional selling, some real markdown, if I get my cursor here to work. That was on July 2nd, 7.6 million shares. Now that low is 37.68. So Daryl and I are taking a look at a trade in the euro US dollar. And really, I'm doing just the opposite here and taking a look at this stock for you. Liquidity, LQDT, is the ticker symbol. So you have 7.6 million shares to the downside. The low is 37.68. Let's see what it's traded to so far this morning. It's gotten down to 38.28. you get it closed below this level here, folks. What this will do, it hasn't tested it just yet, but if it does close below this level, liquidity resource is going to run all the way down to the next really high volume bar that you've got out there. That will take it back into the $32 area. And so for those folks that are still in this thing, where you have absolutely seen some signs of institutional selling, I say be careful because that will be your next fall. And if that doesn't stop, and your range is really going to be, I would say, $24 to $32 out there. So be careful if you are in this equity out there. Let's go back to the Euro U.S. dollar chart, and Daryl, go ahead and take her away. So we're going to switch over to Daryl's screens. He's going to show you what we're looking at, how we would potentially be setting up this trade. This one has to prove itself to us, and that has not happened thus far.
All right, so once the trade does prove itself, it hits that price target that you have there.
Okay.
Then what I'm looking at is we have a couple different trades, but probably the best one that I see is coming up. It's going to be expiring at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. And so it gives us plenty of time for a nice move. That's the latest that the trades expire or actually go anyway on Forex.
That's right.
And that basically the reason for that is it coincides with the floor. So,
yep.
And then we go on over here, and you can go in, and we're going to look at the 3 o'clock expiration. So I'm going to pull that up, and just to show everybody on the screen here, is always make sure you hit refresh so you see the most current products available. And then you'll go to Forex Bull Spreads. You're going to go to Euro Dollar. And then there's going to be the 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So click on that right there, okay? And then you'll see a variety of options come up that you can trade. And so what we're looking at is this 1.2970 to 1.3220.
Okay.
Trade right here.
Yeah.
So just your target there is just like 20 ticks or so above that. So it's pretty nice.
Yes.
And then if we pull that trade up and look at it, we're going to be risking $11 to make $239 on the trade right now.
Yeah.
Now let's say it's moved
in order to move back up to my target, we'll be giving up a little bit of the risk.
Exactly.
I mean, it's going to cost us a little bit more, but that's...
And I'd rather risk a little more on a trade that I want as risk a little less on a trade that I don't.
That's right. Yeah, no, exactly. Because at this stage, you know what this is actually telling us is that the euro wants to actually pull back. Now, I don't want to take that trade necessarily. There was a nice sign of strength that came into the euro this morning at about 3:30, and so it got into a very quick overbought area, so it's just really working that area off. And I don't know if that was because I heard something about the European Union getting a Nobel Peace Prize, or did they get some type of award this morning? Anyways, I digress.
I don't
I heard something out of one ear, but I wasn't really paying attention. And whatever I heard on my ear, I was like, what? And then I went right back to looking at a stock screen. I didn't want to pay attention to it. But I don't want to. This is really set it up. It's giving us an indication that it wants to either pull back a bit with the bearish engulfing candle. But I like the momentum trade right now as the better option on this as one possibility. So go ahead and finish her out. I didn't mean to interrupt, even though I did.
Well, basically that's it. I mean, we go in and we're looking to buy it. So probably add 10 ticks to that or so, for that price target there.
Yeah.
And we're looking at a risk of $21 at a profit potential of $229. And now, of course, you can do 10 of them.
Okay. So you've already placed the trade, so that if we don't have to, you can set it and forget it, right?
No, I have not placed the trade. Okay. So here's the thing: is on Nadex is really important. Every single order is a limit order.
It is. Okay. Yeah.
The reason is because since it's a derivative.
Yes.
Of the underlying market. If somebody goes into this place to trade, it could easily be volatility spiked. Okay?
Yes.
Because you have premium and everything else built in there. So limit order, for listeners out there that don't know what that is whenever, it means at this price or better.
Right.
So if I'm going to buy and I put in a limit order, I say, hey, I don't want to get into 1.2991, and I put that order in there. Well, it says, hey, at that price or better, I can fill you right now 1.2980, and boom, you're going to get filled instantly.
Got it. Yep.
So, that's definitely something that you always want to be aware of, I guess you could say, as you're looking at the trades. Is you do sort of have to be ready for that trade.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of cool things coming. They're adding in, like
so they're going to add a trade trigger or something like that to go ahead and execute something.
They're working on some of that stuff right now. I know it's in progress.
Okay.
So I can't personally. My idea that I think would be great is to actually base it on the master spread. or on the FX they can actually do it on the indicative because they can quote that because it's not an exchange with FX.
Right.
FX is, Nadex is an exchange, but FX is not exchange based.
Right.
And on the futures, at least they can quote it based on like the master spread because it's almost trading right at where the market is. And so that would be an easy hey, if the master spread hits this price, then because basically wherever say the euro dollar or let's say the S&P 500 futures are, that's where the master spread price is going to be at. And so when it hits this price, then I want to buy, that's sort of a stop limit or, basically at market type trade.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I sent over to them. I'm hoping they do that. The more people, by the way, that ask them for features, the faster they add them. So if anybody else out there wants to see stop limit orders on Nadex, just let them know.
Oh, that's cool.
So
cool.
But and you can just go to my account and you can actually message them. And anytime you see anything that you think would make it better, they're really good. By the way, I've seen a lot of things implemented that me and other people have suggested.
Yes.
Just go to message us, send a message to them. And that's where the new charts came from. People said, hey, we don't like this. We want this. We want to be able to do fibs, this. And they added all that stuff in. So if you want to see things, definitely let them know. They're committed to making the exchange even better and better and better. So
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So let's take a little spin around the markets here. Take a look at a couple of stock charts here. You've got in the Dow, you've got the number one stock chart in the Dow, IBM, trading up $1.62 this morning. So let's go take a look at IBM. See what IBM is doing. So in this pullback here from Monday through Wednesday, because yesterday certainly was a sideways market, IBM coming down with slightly accelerated volume. But what you do have here on IBM, and there's a number of stock charts out here, you've got this high volume bar from September 21st. It's got 12.7 million shares. The low of that is 205.92. The high of that bar is 207.94. You've got IBM trading out at 207.41 right now. This hasn't identified itself as to whether it's a buyer or seller. You see, folks, what you've got here is you don't have any wide price spread. This candle here on the 21st out there, no wide price spread at all. So, you can take a look at what IBM did do is if you take a look at the swing point from September 26th, that has 3.4 million shares. And as the market was moving down into it, it moved down with 4 million shares. So you had higher volume. Then yesterday, only 2.9 million. So that 2.9 million coming into 3.4. The high of that September 26th, 205.98. Yesterday closes out at 205.76. Still inside that. Bouncing up this morning with 639,000 shares. Let's go ahead and put IBM on a shorter term time frame. Let's just go put this on a 10-minute chart, see what we can see out here. See if it's up over some areas. So what IBM is doing right now, it's really trying to get into the area here at 4 p.m. that's got some volume, 369,000 shares. That level happens to be 208.03. But let's take a look at ABCD patterns that might be out here on not Apple, but on IBM. You had really nice wide price spread as you came into the 9:30, 9:40 session here this morning. So let's take a look at A, B equals CD patterns that could be setting up inside this. We'll come all the way back to the swing point low at 150 in the afternoon. That was as it made its most recent low at 205.05. That was on October the 10th out there. So that's your A point. Your B point is going to be at 11:10. This is a 10-minute chart we're looking at on IBM. At 207.26, pulls back into this morning's low. What IBM has already done, it's completed the 1-to-1 level, which would have been 207.77, got up to 207.74 at 10:10 as we were coming on for the Nadex Bull Bear binary option hour. But what you can see off of that C point is you got what, folks? You got energy. You got energy. Take a look at that wide-ranging bar out there. What that really says is it says that what IBM wants to do is get up into the 208.37 level. That would be your 1 to 1.272 area inside IBM. And what you want to do is just pay attention and watch for the bulls and the bears, see what kind of sign building they have going on out here. On the 10-minute chart, the bears really haven't shown up for work. They must be out working on some other stock, like liquidity resources out there. Darryl, any other trades that you are taking a look at, or anything that you did in the last couple of days that you wanted to share with folks, what you saw and what trades you took?
Yeah, I mean, let's see here. I got, pound dollar, euro dollar, Dow. I got all those going on right now. And then let's see, trades.
Yeah, so why don't you show the folks some of the trades that you've taken and why. That's cool.
Let's see here. Okay, so what I do is I have a combination of seasonal, technical, fundamental analysis. I use pretty, if you combine the ABCD that y'all use a lot,
yes.
that really all traders, good traders in my opinion use for any kind of reversal, you combine it with the fib levels, everything else. To define my entries, what I do is I look for like what you're talking about. That I also combine in what I call that an apex entry.
Okay.
And basically all that means is alert, pivot, entry, and then confirmation of the trend. Okay.
Yep.
And so an alert would be like when you get a new high. So if I'm looking at your chart, like the natural gas right there.
Yes.
Every time I'm seeing a new high peak, as soon as I have that, like, okay, I'm ready for the trade. When I see that new high peak come up and then I see a pullback, I'm looking for basically that pivot point, that low since that new high peak on a bullish trend. And then as soon as it breaks the high of the previous bar, that's going to be my entry price.
Yes.
Okay, so I already know precisely to the exact tick where I'm looking to get in once I've had all my other confirmations lined up. Now I got to use things like ABCDs and fibs.
Sure.
And
or
volume.
even in this case here, folks, we're taking a look at natural gas, a continuous contract, and it has been traveling in a rising price channel. And I can't tell you I can tell you how it works. I can't tell you why it works. And how it works is you want to make sure that price channels are different than trend lines. In this case here, when you're putting together price channels, what you want to be taking a look at is you want to find co-located opens and closes. And that's what I've got decorating the bottom of the chart as well as at the top. Now, natural gas, is a little bit overbought right now. It's been that way really for the last week or so, ever since it made the high coming into the October 1st level. So since October 1st, today's the 12th, but you can see that price continues to ride. It can't break out of that price channel. And quite frankly, if it gets above that price channel, it's not a breakout. And it's not a breakout because price is already going up. Breakout or breakdown in this case here would be to the downside. But you can see that the natural gas continues to claw its way up along the highs there. And if you're long natural gas, I just suggest that you just simply use a tighter stop because this thing is a little bit overbought and certainly can pull back a bit out there. But right now, a really nice trade out there.
Exactly, and one of the things too is whenever I'm doing this apex entry for the entry,
yes,
is my P point, my lowest point.
Yes.
Okay, is actually going to be my stop loss.
Yes.
So I may put it like maybe a few ticks below that. And it allows me for a really, really tight stop. And then what I do is called a profit popper. And we'll go into this. I know we'll have some seminars and stuff and go into it more.
Yes.
But once I get that entry, so I have a really tight stop, and I usually do multiples at 2. So let's just say I'm doing outright, futures or whatever. Then I'm going to take my profit right before it hits that A point. Because a lot of times you'll see a failure.
For sure.
To break a new high. And so I'll take my profit right before that on half my position. And I call that my profit popper because I'm basically taking money off the table, putting it in my pocket, and I don't have any risk anymore. I'll move my other one up to break even. And then if it keeps going, then now I have a trend catcher where I can keep rising it up every time I see that new confirmation of that pattern on the way up. And, of course, I'm looking at volume. I'm looking at fibs and things like that to see where to take money off. But it makes it really just simple, easy, defined entry, stop loss, take profit, trend catching system now.
You use that word peak, and that reminds me of Basil Chapman. And Basil's going to be coming up following this show. And he is the king of peaks, folks. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned for Basil's show. Also, go to the homepage at TFNN.com. Basil's got 2 Master Trader courses, a level 1 and a level 2. Also, folks, I will be doing the following week, next Friday, I'll be doing a live online workshop where I will be sharing with you the tools that you need when it comes to candlestick charting. So check out all the details of that on the homepage at TFNN.com. Dow up 34 points. We'll be right back, folks.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb, he made it better. As the fourth most prolific inventor, Edison found that most people failed because they failed to realize how close they were to success before they gave up. Success requires a few disciplines, practice each day. When it comes to trading and investing, one of those disciplines is understanding and acknowledging the language of the markets. For centuries, Japanese candlestick charting has unlocked the hidden treasures of the language of the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers. Candlestick charting is a tool, not a trading system. Candlesticks tell you when to enter, when to exit, and identify the risk and reward for every trade. Candlesticks identify market turns before they happen. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, and on Friday, October 19th, I'll be conducting an online, one-day course teaching you the secrets of Japanese candlestick charting. Go to the homepage at TFNN.com and sign up today, because candlesticks will make you a better trader.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Darrell White, Steve Rhodes here for you. And, folks, if you haven't had a chance, please go to the homepage at TFNN.com. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see the Nadex banner. Click on it. You'll be able to test drive the system. You will, did I say David White? Sorry about that, David. Not David, Darrell.
You're just getting them all backwards.
I got to tell you. How about Darrell Martin? How about that? I'm sorry. And too many things are going on at one time. You know, I'm thinking one thing and saying something else. Sorry about that, folks. Occasionally you'll catch me doing that. But go over to, needless to say, go to the homepage at TFNN.com and just simply click on the Nadex banner. What you will be able to do is you'll try the Nadex platform. They'll put a nice 25 grand. I mean, that's a nice thing to put 25 grand in your account. That way you'll be able to test it out. You got access to Darrell 5 days a week. He's on from 1 to 2 Stay tuned today. Following this show, we've got Basil Chapman. He'll be teaching you the Chapman wave out there. Then, as we do each and every Friday, we go to Nico DeHaan from 12 to 1. Then Daryl's show. I'll slow down here. From 1 to 2. David White. You see, the problem is you guys are too close to each other. You got David White from 2 to 3. Ken Shreve 3 to 4. And the Tom O'Brien show from 4 to 6 out there. And real quickly, folks, a week from today, I won't be with you. I'll be doing my online workshop. You can check out all the details of that on the front page of TFNN.com. I shared this here. I'll go through this real quickly here. This is one of my favorite little cartoons out there. And it's where the bulls and the bears are getting ready to clock in and go on to the trading floor, because that's what they do each and every day. Japanese candlestick charting is just simply a way to put you in the right place at the right time. They're easy to understand. They really help you. What Japanese candlesticks are really all about is they are reversal signals. Whether it's to the upside or to the downside, they're visual, which is so important when it comes to trading. I showed this earlier. I'm going to look at the exact same chart. This is FCX, Freeport-McMoran. So if you just take a look at the evolution of charts, the first dimension here being a line chart, gives you information, but I don't think gives you a lot of information. That's like black and white television. Then you switch over to the bar charts. This was like going from black and white television to color TV. Gives you information, but still not enough, because we're all visual. And when it comes to being visual, you want to make sure that you understand the candles that are out there. As I said, candles are reversal signals. If you take a look at the FCX, gave you a nice hammer candle back here in June. That hammer candle was tested back in the end of July. Hammer candles can be tested. If you get a close below a hammer candle, you want to exit your position and maybe take a look at the next place for another bullish sign out there. But if you're long on a hammer and you get a close below, you're just simply wrong. It's just as simple as that. It's easy to remember. A nice little rhyme out there. You got a nice reversal signal here on FCX. If you were long, didn't mean that you should exit, but you want to know what the market is doing, what signals are being given to you. In the case of FCX right here, and this is what I'll really be doing next week inside the workshop, is giving you all of the information where you can put this together from a trading platform where you can make the decisions whether to stay in and stay out of a trade. You want to understand these candle signals here. You got a little shooting star that was also created. That is obviously the opposite of the hammer, and that was what you would also see at highs. In the case of XEX, it looks to me like it wants to consolidate here until it takes out that support level. So go check out all the details on the homepage of TFNN.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you there, I hope. So, Daryl, next week it's just going to be you and Tom looking for trades out there on Friday.
All right, there we go.
All righty.
All right, sounds great.
Folks, it is Fantastic Friday, so make sure you stay tuned to TFNN and tune in to Daryl's show. Go check out the NADEX platform. Stay tuned for our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. He's going to take it to another level. Check out Basil's courses as well. He's doing 2 Master Trader courses in the upcoming weeks. Have a fantastic Friday, folks. Have a great weekend. I will look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.